Hey, what's up, guys? Footy Manager TV here. This is my third episode of my Arsenal Let's Play. And here, I got heaps of really results to show you because I have been playing it a lot and I still want to continue on. I really want to finish the seasons quick. So, just a rough estimate, but maybe every couple weeks I'll get every season done because I do want to play this a lot, having a lot of fun, mostly because my tactic is working well with Arsenal right now. And I'd like to show you this. Manchester United, we scored 4 goals against them in the 2 games we played within a month. Very happy with that. And Walcott, he's the key figure in those results. And here, like you saw, he scored a hat-trick in this match. Also, Santi Cazorla scoring, but here, Oxlade-Chamberlain on the wing. He's been creating heaps of goals for us, but there, Walcott, he's been scoring so many goals, as you'll see through these results that I show you. Here, Arteta been playing him in defensive mid some matches, or Garmash, a new signing. Walcott, he's just too fast. They signed Olsen from Blackburn. I don't think he's going from championship level, obviously Premier League last year, but I don't think he's good enough for them, but they do need someone to replace Evra. But they did have Johnny Evans this match. As you see, Van Persie scores, but Walcott, he really murdered Evans. Vidic is obviously better, but Evans, I don't think is good enough, at least for Manchester United quality. And really, Walker, as you can see with the goals he scores, he really dominated him. As you can see, again, he's just blast past him. And then with the confidence, you know when players have done well in the match, when they've scored already, they have a really good chance of scoring when they got a chance. And yeah, Walcott, he's really dominant. As you know, he's got pace, and his finishing isn't too bad either. I think this is the last goal of the match right here. Walcott, now he's going to create one. Creates for Santi Cazorla. Walcott, fantastic match. And we're going to get a lot of goals like that. I sort of got inspired by Melbourne Victory, my team I go for in the A-League. That's how they score a lot of goals from the wingers. They basically do a full ball, the final ball like that to each other. And actually, this wasn't the last goal. There was another goal in store, but I think they scored from it. And funnily enough, it was the last goal of the match. There was plenty of goals scored up to this stage. Also on Sanya, he got a big, really long injury, which I'll show later, which players are injured and stuff like that. So we kind of have a bit of trouble of right back. So I look to sign someone, and they're coming in January. I'll show that soon. But for now, that was a good result. As you see, Walcott, 2 games in a row, he got a hat-trick. This match, also in the Premier League, gets QPR. We're expecting to win comfortably, really. They're not that good. As you know, like in real life, Walcott scoring another hat-trick. Jack Wilshere, he's starting to score a lot, actually, surprisingly. Playing him as a ball-winning midfielder, and in that position, they get forward a lot, and as you'll see, I'm really surprised, and hopefully, I know he's injury-prone, so hopefully I can keep him away from that, as last year he didn't play at all, so yeah, that's a very, and he started at the game injury, so at the start of the game he was injured, so I was very happy for him to start when he was back from injury, doing well. See, Wilshere again, Cazorla, very good passing in the midfield, going out wide, like I said, with the right back problems, playing Giroud out there right now, and like I said, Oxlade-Chamberlain, another assist for Wilshere. Oxlade-Chamberlain and Walcott, they've had like the most, best average rating of the league, or at least in the top 5, they have exactly the same. Walcott has been scoring so much and assisting as well. But look at that ball by Oxlade-Chamberlain. He's a beast. He's only 19 years of age as well. Really crazy. I've gone into the game to see how good he is. Comes fantastic. Walcott again. He is unstoppable at the striker position as a poacher right now. And also with the opposition or the shouts, I always shout for my team to run at defense, especially when Walcott is on the ground. Javinho, those dribbling midfielders or wide players, and it always does fantastic. And like I said here, I think they actually scored the next goal right here. As you see there with the ball, most of the goals are from our errors there. Well, not good positioning in defense. And really, Szczesny has been fantastic. Saved so many. He's really saved some matches, or won matches for us, really. Especially in the first game against West Ham, like I showed in the episode before this one. Anyway, here's another goal coming up. They have the ball. We're very good at really forcing them into bad passes and intercepting from that. But look at Walcott against Nelson. He's not a pacey defender and went past him too easy. And that was, again, with the pace. They still got one more goal after this. But like I just said, Walcott, he's just killing it right now for me. He obviously poach is his best position, so I'm playing it in his natural position, what he wants. So no doubt, obviously, he's doing good because of that. But it's really hard, like I said, when you got Giroud and Podolski, other guys that can play striker. So it's really hard for but that's what the best teams have. You have really players fighting for positions. But Giroud has been good as well. Oxlade-Chamberlain finds Walcott again. They're really combining so much. It's really a really good partnership from that I actually rotate Walcott a lot. Also teaching Oxlade-Chamberlain to play striker because he still has a lot of developing and he may become a good striker, but you just got to see what happens because I like to rotate my team, rotate the position so they don't get marked. And here against Swansea, I won't bother showing this match, but Podolski showed the only goal of the... he scored the only goal of the match. Very happy to get that result right there. This is one bug in the game. It says 1-0 for Swansea, but here you can see we actually won that match. Again, Malaga, as you saw, like I said, away, we couldn't win. It was a very tough match. Like I said, you know it's hard playing away, but we scored 3 times. Definitely want to show this result. And we really wanted to show them that we are the better team. They may have thought they were better. And after the match they bet us, the top 3 teams in our group, I think Udinese was last, not quite too sure, but 3 teams were all on 6 points. So this was a very important fixture that we had right here. So very happy, but we were clearly the best team. Just again, our passing and runs were too good for them. As you can see, swapping flanks right here. Javinho, too much pace. Look at that, running at the defense. Couldn't get it through, but second time. And I think that was an own goal for the goalkeeper right there. Yep, mistake by Caballero, their goalkeeper. So moving on to the next goal was a free kick by Santi Cazorla. He's been fantastic in his first season for us. And here, playing out of... Oh, this is actually in our attack. Arteta finds Giroud. And then he placed it into the bottom of the net right there. Very happy with those 3 goals. Happened very quickly right there. Anyway, then we had Norwich. Alvaro Vidio, he scored. Very happy about his potential. As you can see, like I said, our players out wide, crossing it to the other flank, and they ended basically just score a tap in. Like I said, that's how my favorite team, Melbourne Victory, play in real life. Was really inspired to make a tactic how they play. So it's a bit different, but not too much. That's how they score, at least how they score the goals. So there'll be definitely evidence of that. Yeah, I'm not sure if too much people watch the A-League, but very good leagues, most matches anyway. Here, Walcott, like I said, running past the defender, crossing it to the other side of the box, and Vidio finishes. Very happy for him to score. Then Arteta from the pen. And then here, I've been getting a lot of penalties actually, but that's a good sign for winning penalties. Anyway, Giroud finds Walcott, or actually didn't find it, but Wilshere picked it up. Like I said, forced to play Jenkinson because of the injuries to Sagna. It's a really big injury, like I'll show soon. But like I said, Wilshere, he's scoring heaps. And like you see there, 9 games without a defeat, but it's even longer. So if it was that game, there'll be 10, 11, 12, 13, or 12 games undefeated, I think it is, but I'm not quite too sure. In the Premier League, haven't lost yet. And then we had 2-0 against Liverpool. I won't show this video. I don't want them to be too long, but we did get the victory. Walcott, Giroud starting again, but we did start to get some injuries, and that's starting to get trouble right now. Udinese, Javinho, only goal scorer. My games in the Champions League haven't been that convincing apart from the 3-0 win against Malaga, like I just showed you. Then we got 2 draws in a row. Wasn't very happy with that, but Sarabia scored. He hasn't really set himself... I'm not sure what to say here. Like, he hasn't started really good, but he's starting to come in the last couple matches, starting to come good. And yeah, really, it's funny thing. Both Sabaria and Vidio, they're both they're like touted or could be the next Joaquin. As you can see, I'll show you Vidio as well. He has the same thing to say about him. I'm pretty sure. As you can see here, he could be the next Joaquin as well. So we have 2 players. Obviously, Joaquin, he isn't like a world-class player, but he's a very good winger. As you can see, good crossing, good dribbling, pretty good agility, good flair. So they are players like that, and he's been capped over 50 times for Spain. So obviously, he's like a world-class level player. Maybe a couple years ago, not so anymore. But look at these injuries. Mostly, Sagna, he's like the main injury. He's gone for the whole season, 6 to 7 months. So with that, I look to sign sign someone else to come in January. We got Harry Maguire first off. I signed him before, just really for a center defensive, I'm going to teach him to play defensive mid, but for a center back as well. And also being English, as you know, you need those players who like trained in England and stuff like that. That's why I went with him over some other options. But the scout report was only 2.5 stars, but I don't agree with that. And also I got like a news notice before that he got a man of the match in a league game that he was playing. So very happy with that. See, 2 player of the matches. I think he's a good prospect for a rotation because we really need a young defender, like I'll show. Look at our defenders here. Mertesacker, 28. Koscielny, 27. Vermaelen, 27. Jenkinson, he's more of a fullback. And Giroud as well, 25. We don't have any real young prospects. And in our reserve squad, our centre-backs, we don't really have anyone that's good. Our best one is McCall. and he's not. I don't think he's going to has potential to be good enough. Doesn't have really good agility. Not really fast enough. His pace is 12, but I just don't think he'll come good enough. 20 years old already, and I don't think he's going to be good enough. So I think I really need to sign someone in that position as a centre back, but also can play defensive mid, which is also a position I need. As you can see, good passing, very good technique as well. Hopefully he can get some good passes in. And also, Wallace. I wanted to get a right back, but also our left backs, we don't really have someone commanding right now. We've got Kieran Gibbs, but he's just okay. He isn't like a world-class player. But Wallace definitely has the potential to be. So he's got good pace, good strength as well. Very good tackling, passing. He's going to be good going forward as well. But look at this. He's already competent as a left back, and he's strong on both feet. So he'll be good for both sides. So I still might look to sign another fullback, right or left, because Wallace can play both sides. Probably a left back, so I can have a natural guy there. But for now, we just got Gibbs playing there. Sometimes I play Vermaelen there. Maybe look to sign more centre-backs, but you just got to see what happens when it comes to January or even next season. I made plenty of transfers with plenty of money so far, so I may not make any till next season. As you can see here with the preferred moves as well, he's got shoots from distance, cuts inside, and runs with the ball often. That's absolutely perfect because we do take long shots on occasions. Cutting inside may help. Also, running with the ball, that's exactly how my formation works with the fullbacks. And yeah, that's all the transfers we're coming to our team, at least in January. And that's all I'll look to sign, really. And our remaining money, we're about 6 million, but I like to save it. As you know, we spent a lot of money on the over 48 months, which is obviously over 4 years. So I've got to save a bit over the next coming seasons. So I did want to buy future players. So I don't really, if you look at our team, there's not much we have to improve. We've got good centre backs over the next couple years. But like I said, I've signed players in the positions we need. Maybe another centre back, centre defensive mid type in Harry Maguire, like I got. And with Sagna getting a lot of injuries, when he gets back from injury next season, I may try and sell him because he's just getting injury too much. With Wallace coming in there, who can also play left back. So after that, I don't think really our team doesn't need more players to the team. So I will just focus on young players, but at least for the next season or two, I'll just focus on players coming through our own youth academy, and I won't really be spending heaps for young players. They do ask for heaps, I've noticed in this year's game. Like they've one very good defender in the game, Kurt Zauma. I've searched him. They wanted 63 million. I'm not sure if they added this year, but there really seemed to be a lot of pricing, a lot high prices for the best young players. As you know, I bought these young players like Sarabia and Vidio over 30 million. So you got to fork out the best for young players. I guess that's realistic. Anyway, like I said, our team, we don't really need to add too much to the team. Look at we've got the attacking players. Walcott, he's dominating. Chamberlain dominating. They're still young. Look, Ramsey 21, Javino 25, Podolski 27, but he's been very dominated for us. But really, we don't need to look into another striker. As you know, Walcott has been dominating, so he can really have that position all to himself. And for Dio, I'm teaching him to play a striker, only 18, and his finishing is 11. He can come very similar to Walcott, but he's got flair about him. And he's 180 centimeters, so he's not a bad height to be a striker, but definitely has to prove on the strength. But as you know, Walcott, he doesn't have that great strength. Just got to see how Vidio develops and see if he's a better winger or a striker. Yeah, like I said, definitely with the midfielders. Bought Garmash, as you know, at the start of the season. He's been improving slowly, and as you know, those players who don't speak English, it takes them a while to come to the team. And yeah, hopefully next season he can start to become a really dominant player. And still, he's a young player, only 22. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Probably we'll try and sell Rositzky as well. And the rest of the players are pretty young. Andre Ayew as well, only 22. Teach him to play from left back. He's slowly improving. I want him to take over that left back role as tackling improving, marking improving, strength improving, concentration, everything for a defensive sort of player. So he can play like a defensive role at left back, a centre mid, out wide on the left, or even a striker if we need be. So we've got plenty of options. I'm not sure. I definitely want suggestions. Where do you think we can improve the team? I would probably say defenders, but our two main defenders really, Vermaelen. He's like a superstar. Look at those attributes. Also, he can play left back or defensive mid. Very good stats for defensive midfielder. Mertesacker, he's got great attributes for a central defender. And one thing, I know on FIFA he doesn't have great pace, but look at that. His pace is 13. That's pretty good for someone of his height. Obviously, his acceleration and agility isn't that good, but like I said, he's not as bad as people. He actually looks like an amazing defender. He's got a lot of low attributes, but all these things, you don't really need them for a defender. So he's actually one of the best centre backs in the game. I know it may sound a bit weird, but he's got, look at positioning 19, teamwork 20, tackling 18, marking 17, jumping 20, especially with how tall he is already. Composure 20. He's got great attributes that a central defender needs. He's a superstar in my opinion. And then, of course, Koscielny. He's actually been our best rated defender by our ratings. As you can see here in the league, he's got 7.65, very impressive. But I don't want this video to go too long, so I'll just show you a couple more results that we've got so I can go and play it a bit more and get more videos out. Anyway, we had Liverpool result there, like I said here. And the Capital One Cup, I just want to show you this. This was a really bad thing here. We got red cards, injuries to two of our most important players in Vermaelen and Arteta. So the next couple, really a month or so, is going to be difficult. We've got Chelsea, then away against Dynamo Kiev. We've already qualified for the Champions Cup, though, so I may rest players for the Man City match. And also with the Malaga loss, we did well against QPR, so I rested Walcott to play in the United match, and he did well. As you can see, 8.7 rating. So that really contributed to the loss as well. I'd rest Walcott and a couple other good players in this match. As you can see, we started Chamberlain, Podolski. Actually, I think I rested a couple others. Put AU started, so... yeah, it was a bit of a mix in that match, but players had to be rested. So this will be the last match I'm showing right now. It was really a tough match. Not a tough match because we scored some goals early, but we got a red card from Giroud, like I showed. And then a couple injuries as well to a defender and a midfielder. Probably two of our most important players in those positions. But I'll show you the goals right here. This one in the 17th minute, Video on the ball. Did want to give him a lot of chances. Created that. Didn't really find one of his players that he was trying to find right there. But Djibril Cissé, they had an opportunity here. But again, Jenkinson, he's been very impressive. He doesn't have great attributes, but 16 crossing. He's actually been really good defensively. He's just okay by his attributes. But yeah, like I said, been really impressive. And Wilshere, like I said, he's been dominating, scoring heaps of goals. And I had one video I simulated to the year 2018. Wilshere, by his attributes, becomes the best centre mid 5 years in. As you can see, he finds Gervinho out wide. Then he plays it in like I always do. I like to get those crosses in low for Giroud. But it was actually our own goal from Julio Cesar. And that was it from now. So leave your thoughts on my fantastic results. I'll just show you the position in the Premier League. As you can see, here's the stats here right here. Most player of the match, Walcott has 4. Peter Crouch, he's got 5, which is interesting. He's a pretty good striker in the game, but 31. Obviously getting a bit older. Like I said before, average rating. I'll talk about Newcastle a bit soon, but Oxlade-Chamberlain and Walcott been dominant. As you can see, they're getting assists. I'm actually not surprised Walcott is not rated higher, but yeah, they've both got Oxlade-Chamberlain hasn't got much goals, but been crazy with the assists. Same with Walcott, who's been scoring a lot as well. But Fabrizio Colaccini, he's been a beast defender. Look at that, amazing attributes. And really, you know how Newcastle, they over-exceeded expectations last year. So really, a lot of their players were bumped up in their attributes. That's why they're doing good. Obviously, Papi Cisse, he's an absolute beast. 20 out of 20 finishing. He just scores so many. Bar is a beast as well. I'm not playing with the updated, so Bar is not Chelsea and all those other transfers. But as you see, Man City has actually played 3 extra games from me. Me and Newcastle. So that's a bit interesting with that. I'll go with stages to show it right here. So Newcastle, even if we win all the games from now, Newcastle still have the extra point over us. Even though they've lost, we've got draws. But we're going unbeaten. I would like to go unbeaten in the season. That would be very good if I can do that. And really, if we do, I think we could win the league if we go unbeaten. We're just performing fantastically. But Man City, they've not conceded. They lost 2 matches already. So United, Chelsea, they've all lost 2. Norwich is doing surprisingly well, but they've got a lot of losses, but a lot of wins to their name. Some other Liverpool's doing not as good as you may expect. But as you see, if we start win these remaining, like our extra matches to Man City, we can really, and as you see, we've got 2 extra matches to Man United. So if we win those extra matches, we can really create a gap between Man United. But Newcastle, they're really the one to beat at the moment. Look at that, only conceded 4 goals in 12 matches. That's a really, really great effort. They've scored more goals, conceded less than us, so they really deserve to be higher. So that's pretty much it for now. Like I said, leave your comments on whatever you think. Just the last thing I wanted to show, with the board confidence, as you saw, Look at that. We're giving youth a chance, and we're still doing well. Who said you can't win nothing with young players? We're on course to do that this season. Now we're attacking football. We're playing it. We're showing, because obviously with heaps of goals, but the possession football has gone down. But like I mentioned, as long as we get results, I don't really care what this says, because really, I'm always going to get at least 2 out of 3 of them really good, as you can see, because I'm always going to play young players. And also, if anyone knows what does youth count for, because I haven't played any players from my under 18s, I would think that's youth, but does it include players like Oxlade-Chamberlain, that's 19, Sarabia, that's 20, Vidio, that's 18, because I have been playing them. Do they count as youth? Because technically they aren't actually youth, so that makes me a bit confused. But anyway, yeah, leave your comments, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you guys soon.